There are other things that could be done, including the famous helicopter drop that Bernanke mentioned, the Friedman helicopter drop. And this is obviously not recommended. So I think that we need to step back and realize that the Fed cannot cure this problem. Doesn't make any sense that, like really, doesn't make any sense that if you're in a recession, that you should be able to print your way out of the recession? No. Just to print money and give it to people, that's not going to solve the problem. So I think that we need to focus on what the Fed can do, and that's price stability. What we don't want is a situation where we monetize our debts, and that leads to inflation in the future, and it means that everybody gets poorer. Inflation is just a tax. Right now, inflation is very low, and people don't worry about it because it's just so low. But what about the future? You need to think of the future. And we don't want a situation. Let the Fed focus on stability and provide the liquidity that it's done in the past, but it doesn't need to do these drastic programs of QE anymore. It's done that. We've got growth, both in GDP and employment. Let's just ride this out and let the fiscal policy, that's the focus that we really need. We need to get the fiscal house put in order. We need a set of policies that people understand with clear goals that reduce the uncertainty. That's the way to go forward. To think the Fed has got some magic bullet, no. They've tried. They've done the high yielding stuff they've done. And the results are that we're not in a negative growth situation. And could it be better? Well, I don't know. All I know is that we've got some growth, we've got unacceptable unemployment, but if we reduce the policy uncertainty, put ourselves on a path where we've got government policy that is designed to reduce our leverage as a country, then we will grow. We've got plenty of growth opportunities in this country, plenty of growth opportunities. The fundamentals within the economy, even with a high rate of unemployment, are good, and that's good for the future. So I'm kind of the opinion that we need to step back and take stock of what we've got, and to try to do things that don't interfere with the growth prospects, the potential future growth prospects. And this story about, if we reduce the leverage of banks, that's going to affect growth, it is very tenuous and not really supported in the data. So I think there's things that we can do to reduce the probability of future crises. There's things that we can do to ensure future price stability, and that will fall into place. Let people that are running their businesses make the decisions on how to allocate the capital. Let's not have the government get into that business. We know who's best at that. There's very little disagreement over it, and we can get back on that path.